The Breakadawn panel is the science of sleep and the power of preparation. And I'm going to start with you, Takeo. Former NFL athlete. How important is sleep in preparation?
It's very important. And I know we all came up through the time, and even the younger people coming up through the time of team no sleep. Oh no, bro.
That's a lie.
You can't function. And, I remember vivid examples of couldn't explain it, going back to even when I was playing, staying up. I'm thinking as long as I'm not out overexerting myself, overextending myself in public, I can stay up at night and still be functional the next day. But stayed up like 2, 3 in the morning, and just by nerves the next day when I had a game at 1 o'clock, I found myself getting up. I'm still going to get up at the same time, 6 o'clock. So operating off 3, I did it, but just I was busting plays, things that typically come normal.
Right.
It just didn't come normal to me from a thought process. So that's when I first understood. And even now, to this day, fast forward 10, 15 years later, if I don't get enough sleep, like I can't even see straight the next day.
Right.
Like I can't focus. Like I have rabbit ears. Anything that I hear, I have a tendency to kind of drift off and start thinking about other things. So to that point, like sleep is very important, making sure you get that number.
Absolutely. And I come from the entertainment business, and we know all too well is late night sessions and shows and early flights. And it's like, no, I have to sleep. If I have an event and I go host, I will be in the hotel the entire day until the event. And Dr. Joy, you're all about wellness and empowerment. So I would like you to give a little advice on that as well.
Yeah, I believe that sleep is essential. It's not optional. Unfortunately, in our country, we've made it where you can go without sleep. So when you think about sleep deprivation and what it connects to your point, when you have gone without sleep too long, you can experience the same signs of someone that's highly intoxicated, right? Because your memory, your ability to be productive, all of those things. And so I believe that our bodies talk to us. The challenging piece is listening to our bodies and adhering to what it's telling us that we need to do. And oftentimes, sleep causes us to slow down, reset, and recharge. And in a society that you have to go, 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 that's really hard because people think, well, I could be doing something else while I'm sleeping. And I'm not as productive when I'm sleeping. So we have to shift the narrative to understand that sleep is productivity.
Absolutely. Dr. Williams, we come from that generation. I think we partied the hardest. But this generation, it's like they want to stay up all night, get up early. And I don't think to Dr. Joy's point and to Kale's, like that sleep helps power you through. And if you're staying up all night kicking it and you're lit in the club, you can't possibly function the way you need to, right?
You will be able to get by a few times here and there, but it will eventually catch up to you. I love Kendrick Lamar's song about being humble, and your body will humble you.
Sit down.
Exactly. And so while you are able to do it, you probably will not be able to function at an optimal level. And just to kind of sidebar a little bit relative to reputation, you always want to present your best self.
100%.
And when you lose sleep or when you deprive yourself of sleep, you oftentimes put yourself in a position where you're not able to regulate your emotions as you usually would, or that filter that you usually need to stay on good terms with everybody kind of starts to fail. That can be a sign of sleep deprivation and not performing at an optimal level. So it's important to get that sleep. Even though you think you're getting by without it, you're not. It'll catch up with you.
Absolutely. And to care like the routine part of it all. It's like I got older and I learned that a routine was everything. Can you speak to that fact?
Yeah, routine is everything, even to this day. And it's just structure. It's structure of creating a routine. And you don't even know it as you're younger. You get up, eat breakfast, you go to school, right? Boom, 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 A, B, C, D. That having that structure really sets you up for having success. And I'm speaking in terms of as you get older, you get out of the house when you don't have to do it. And the translation for me, I give a more vivid example. When I retired playing in the NFL, I was 35 years old.
Wow. Still young.
Still young. I went back and did the math. 29 years out of 35 years of living, I was playing organized sport. So with that being said, that made me realize I was programmed to getting up every day. This is what I have to do. I had somebody building out a structured schedule for me. So when I retired, I was like, man, I'm gonna sit around and just not do anything. I'm gonna just do what I wanna do.
Exactly.
So I would just go to sleep, even still wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, but just lay in the bed. And what I realized after doing that, maybe like 3-4 months, I just saw other people just getting ahead. And it don't take much to kind of scare me. That's kind of like how
Scare
I'm
you
wired.
straight, right?
Yeah, scare me straight. So I was like, so I see how other people just lay in the bed and don't do nothing and you don't have a structured schedule. The routine, that will kill you, meaning you will always be behind and you will forever be playing catch up. Even at nighttime, what you're doing at 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, you easily could have did that at 8 o'clock in the morning. So for me, that was something that really brought it to light and made me realize the value of having a structured schedule.
I love that. And Dr. Joy, these, all of us, not even the youth, we're on these devices. And to his point of like the, routine and cutting certain things off, you could have did it at this time versus this time. I can't seem to shut my brain off at night sometimes. What is a remedy for that? Obviously get off the phone, but it's so much information being transferred throughout the day, unlike when we were growing up. So I would love to hear some advice about the phone and how to connect that to our wellness.
Yeah, so I think when you think about sleep, right, you have to think about your body resting. And it's very hard to rest when you're receiving a lot of notifications.
Yes. And those unwanted things in my feed. It's like, I don't want to see her.
Right. So I think the concept is, and I know a lot of people are opposed to it, but it is recommended that you don't sleep with your phone in the bed. And the reason for that is because it's very hard for you to be able to reach REM sleep, fall asleep, but also reach REM, which is the highest sleep, right? To be able to have dreams and those types of things. So I often tell people, you can now, technology has helped in regards to setting a certain time where it is sleep on your phone. And so you will not receive those notifications and it will wait till the morning because most things, you've got to be honest, most things that you're looking at, it can wait.
Facts.
But your brain has been programmed that everything has to happen now.
What did I miss?
What did I miss? If I don't respond now, I'm missing it. If I don't like a picture, if I don't say all the things in this moment, right? And so you almost have to reprogram yourself and say, I am choosing me first, not everyone else. And so with that, you have to understand that it's going to be a little uncomfortable at first. But once you understand the importance and the quality of sleep, because sleep is not only about going to sleep, it's the quality of sleep. And that can be interrupted as well through phones.
How many people are today's years old that they heard the term, the REM? Did you call it? REM sleep. Hands up. Me too. You're not alone. Dr. Williams, you want to expound on that?
On REM?
No, if you have something to say about REM, but I think that the Dr. Joy, said it eloquently. Like at the end of the day, like you have to program and prioritize this rest so that you can actually function properly. And I mean, I'm 53 years old, and I have trouble sometimes falling asleep, and I have to really get into this mode of breathing
Yeah.
and relaxing my body and getting into my little spots.
Yes.
And I never had to do that before. Back in the day, I could just be like,
Yeah.
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 Well, I believe REM stands for rapid eye movement,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
How many people learn that today? Don't be scared.
and so when you talk about, I love what you mentioned about the phones, because one of the things that people don't really understand about sleep and routines is you have to make sure that the environment is conducive to your resting. And the phone, the light that comes off that phone, it imitates daylight. And so that's why you have curtains that block out sunlight that allow you to sleep longer than normal. Because if you don't have a rooster, going
Waking you up.
at the break of dawn, you can actually
Breakadawn. I like how you did that.
and so in terms of the sleep, the quality of the sleep and the routine, you have some people who will invest thousands of dollars into the bed head, the bed frame, and then they'll go real cheap on the mattress. And that is something that it's kind of counterintuitive unless you really know, but you really need to invest in a mattress that's going to get you some good rest. You also need to make sure that the environment is conducive to sleeping. Sometimes, if at all possible, leave the phone out of the room. Some people say don't leave books in the room. There's a way to, sleep hygiene is a real thing.
Real thing.
And so there's a way to have a routine where, I don't like to watch TV in the bedroom. There's a television in there, but I don't like to watch TV in the bedroom because the bedroom is for sleeping. And so if you start to train your mind and your body to think and feel and get used to sleeping and getting quality sleep with how you have set up your environment, you give yourself a better chance of getting that quality sleep that you need to have. And in terms of liking other pictures and being there for other people, it's hard for you to be there for someone else, people that you truly love, if you're not taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
You had something to say? I saw that mic come up.
No, he said something. I can't even remember what it was though. But it was going back to the sleep. Oh yeah, the investing part. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure you guys have the answer. You spend what, damn near half of your life sleeping in a bed?
Yeah.
Like for real, you spend half of your time throughout your lifetime sleeping in a bed. So why wouldn't you invest? And I say that because I'm a culprit of it. Like last year, I just had back surgery and I was miserable over the past, I've been dealing with this for over 15 years. And a lot of it started due to you just think, oh, let me get the memory foam mattress. Oh, let me get back in the day, the mattress and put like 2 egg crates on it.
Yeah, make it cushiony.
Make it even more cushiony. What you don't realize that impedes the way that you can get the amount of sleep that you should be getting, but you can't fall into that REM sleep to where if you're in athletics or if you're doing anything that's tedious throughout the day, you're not giving your body a chance to be able to regenerate overnight by getting into that form of sleep. And so I went out and I know everybody got different circumstances when it comes to finances, but let's be real. There's plenty of things that we can splurge on that we really don't need. But I highly, highly suggest if you get an opportunity, when that opportunity presents itself, man, make that investment into a good mattress because I've seen a world of a difference in just over a year.
Yeah, I agree with both of you though, because this is your sanctuary. This is where you are there to rest and, just get all of the day's, angst off of you and the problems of the world. This is a place for you to actually just be centered and peaceful. And why have a whack mattress?
Yeah.
And I also would like to talk about this, Dr. Joy, because I feel like, we as human beings, like I'll go out of town. And if I'm in, the St. Regis or Four Seasons, I'm like, the beds are so, right? But I'm in a different mindset when I'm traveling. And I want to be in that mindset in my home. And to your point, that's what I've tried to do, like mirror that in my space. Not that, because I tried the Four Seasons mattress for a long time, but then I found a puffy mattress. It's like one of these blow up things. It's ironic and weird because anyway. But I tried it and I loved it. And it, doesn't need 3 egg crates or it doesn't need all these extra cushion because the bed is amazing. And then the pillows are also a thing. But speak to like creating this Zen space, the wellness and the mental wellness, the mental health, your sleep is all centered around your entire space, in my opinion. I want you to speak on that.
Absolutely. And, I think for college students that live on campus and you don't get to choose your mattress, right? Like sometimes, where you live matters in regards to being able to dictate what you're allowed to have and what you're not, but your space you can create.
Exactly.
Right. And so for me, yes, a mattress is important, but my space is just as important as my mattress, right? Because my space allows me to feel comfortable enough to fall asleep. And so sometimes you have to think about the spaces that you are sleeping and what type of environment will allow you to fall asleep. Some people need background noise. Some people don't. Some people like it pitch dark. Some people like somewhat of a light, right? Some people like candles. Some people do deep breathing. Some people have meditation rituals. I don't think that it's a one size fit all, but going back to my original point of our bodies talk to us. And so we've got to listen. Oftentimes, when you're traveling, where you're staying, it often has to do with the thread count. And that often helps your ability to feel comfortable and snuggled and feeling like you want to fall asleep. But you can create that environment wherever you live, whether it's a dorm, whether it's an apartment, whether it's a friend's or family house. It often takes investing in what makes me feel comfortable, relaxed, and recharged. And it goes back to self-care, right? Like, how am I taking care of myself so that when I do come out, that I'm the best version of myself? Some people do sleep masks because it has to be pitch dark, right? So I think it's learning yourself and learning where you can thrive and being able to be okay with investing in what's important for you.
I love that. And we only have a few minutes left, so I want to go down the line, starting with you, Dr. Williams, and just give whatever advice you can to the people as they get into their sleep and wellness journey or continue their sleep and wellness journey.
All right. I would say be very intentional and strategic about your environment, like Dr. Joy just mentioned. And it has to go beyond the room.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's about who you allow in your room.
Hello?
Whether that's your physical space, your mental space, your emotional space, you have to be very intentional about, just like we pay close attention to what we eat, you don't want to eat bad food. And so if you're sleeping with the television on and you're not intentional about what you're hearing, that will creep into your mind. If you have people around you that don't have your best interest at heart or are just toxic, it might be in your best interest to, remove yourself from that situation, because eventually it will catch up to you. And, long term, you want to put yourself in the best position to be successful. And that's by controlling your environment, how you're sleeping in terms of what's around you in the bedroom, but also who's around you and the things that you're allowing into your space mentally and energetically.
Awesome. T, you got some advice?
I know we spent quite a few minutes talking about the company that you keep, how you sleep, making sure you set that up. But the one thing that I want to mention is, for me, I get a lot of mileage off of how you start your day. So, and I highly encourage this to anybody. 10 minutes is not a long time. I think we all can agree on that, right, guys? 10 minutes is not a long time. So I want to challenge you. When you first get out of bed, before you do anything, do not pick up the phone. Take 10 minutes and just don't lay in the bed. Take 10 minutes, sit down somewhere, and just close your eyes and meditate. And whatever thoughts come to your mind, let it flow. Even if it's your schedule throughout the day. You know, some people say, oh yeah, I like for the universe to talk to me. For me, that's my opportunity. I get 2 chairs, 1 chair for me and 1 chair for God. And I call it the conversation that we have. And for me, how you start your day is everything. And I'd like to get started off rolling. And so that's one of the things that I call an advantage for me to kind of reset my brain for that day. So when I get ready and I everything I do is competition, like everything I do. I feel like when I walk out the house, everybody's starting and I heard the gun going. And I ain't trying to see elbows and buttholes. I'm definitely not trying to be the last.
Hey, yo. No, just, yeah, gotcha. We love you. All right, Dr. Joy.
Pause.
So what I would say is, I had it. So I would say when it
That
comes
statement
to
threw you off. It's fine.
right. So I would say when it comes to sleep, sleep is connected to self-care. And what I advocate for you to do is learn to say no more to others and yes to yourself. Yes to sleep. Yes to making sure my environments are well. Yes to the people that are feeding me instead of draining me. And yes to being as well as I can be so that I can be the best version of myself.
I love that. Round of applause for our panelists, ladies and gentlemen. This has been the Break of Dawn panel. We hope that you can take some of these nuggets along your journey and never forget, never let your expectations exceed your efforts. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.